All right, Freedom Diggers metal detecting in the house with some help from a friend, Justin Frost, over at Past Preservation. Be sure to check out his channel as well. He does a lot of great work restoring headstones in some of these older cemeteries, and he delves into the history behind a lot of these markers. Really great info that you get from him. So, at any rate, I'm just here to kind of test out my live chat and see how things work. If everybody can, hear me good, see me good, all that jazz. So, yep, we got Past Preservation on board here. And of course, Nicole, my lovely assistant on the channel, and also a major part of all this tech stuff that I can't figure out. Yeah, I'm not the best with tech. It's probably why I don't own a CTX 3030. Probably looking to upgrade to an Equinox sometime in the near future. We'll see. If anybody out there is looking to upgrade or get into the hobby, I highly recommend Heath Jones at Treasure Mountain Detectors. He is a really great guy. He won't upsell you on something that you don't need. He'll do a great job at matching you to the machine that you are, going to need for the type of hunting you're doing, and he'll beat any advertised price. His prices are so good that a lot of times he's like, don't tell anybody you got it for this good of a price. So just a great guy right off the bat. Lots of experience. So yeah, I'm just sitting here in the studio for the Freedom Diggers, and let's see here. Still just me and Nicole and Justin on Past Preservation. And yeah, we're going to give a shout out to the History Seekers YouTube channel. That's another venture of Heath Jones and his friends. And they do a lot of great live digs out on some Civil War sites down there in Alabama. And they find lots of crazy good stuff too. Another little shout out I'm going to do is to a channel that I really enjoy called Digging the Old West with Bottle Ned. That guy is really something. A lot of stuff that he does in his videos, I'm surprised he even makes it on YouTube. This guy's got a great sense of humor, and he digs for antique bottles, which is another one of my side gigs, one of my interests. Here's one of the ones here. I love these antique bottles. They're just a lot of fun to find. There's a lot of stories behind them. They display beautifully in your house. So maybe, if you're really kind of wanting a little break from metal detecting, or you're looking to branch out, digging for bottles is also a great side hobby. We walk around in the rivers and creeks around here quite a bit and find them just laying right in the middle of the river. It's nice to do. If it's too hot to metal detect, you get out there, and you walk in some nice knee-deep, cool water on a hot day and find some history that way. So, again, just a quick test to see how my feed looks. So far, the couple of people I have here are telling me that everything looks good, which is great. While I'm here, I'd like to also mention how I got started in all this social media business. I have a group that is here in Michigan called Michigan Freedom Diggers, and we got about 1,200 people in there. It's a metal detecting group on Facebook, and we welcome people from all over, the country, and really the whole world for that matter. The fact that it says Michigan doesn't really exclude anybody. And that group was a dream of mine, actually. I really wanted to have a group where you could help out people that are new to the hobby. I remember what it was like when I was new. And a lot of the veteran diggers, they really didn't want to like give up their secrets, and they would kind of be down on me when I would post my pile of modern change that I dug. So, I wanted to have a group that supported some of these beginners, and most importantly, teach them the right way to do it. Because a lot of times, if you don't know what you're doing, not only is it less enjoyable, but when it comes to metal detecting, if you're not digging properly and carefully, you're going to cause damage to some of these public places that we like to go to, like the parks and the schoolyards. And that's when you run into problems. The cities start to notice us, and next thing you know, we're getting banned, or they're requiring permits for us to be able to metal detect. So I got into a bit of a toss up with some people back in like 2017-ish, 16, about this permit thing. A lot of people thought they were a good idea because it would somehow prevent people from doing it wrong. And I disagree with that flat out. I think that our hobbies should be able to be enjoyed by people that are responsible without having any kind of government interference or having to go through the hassle and sometimes even the cost of getting a permit. And that was where the name Freedom Diggers was born. It was an idea that myself and my good friend Chris Wines kind of, we came up with after really battling it out with some pretty big names in the hobby that thought that, permits were just, the greatest thing and they would solve the problem. Michigan Freedom Diggers, I like to think of it as a group where people don't just come to show off their finds. It's a place where we educate newcomers to the hobby and, well, honestly, even some veterans um, about how to do it right, because doing it right is the future of our hobby. So kind of our side motto of the group and even of this channel is, yep, past preservation, saying it, dig for your die, and no permits needed. No permits needed was a term that was coined by one of our group members, Bob McCracken. And I love it. I'm going to be getting stickers made that say no permits needed pretty soon. I have, let me reach up and grab it here. I have right now, I got the Dig For Your Die stickers. I got one of these on the back of my truck. And I'm sure people in traffic are like, dig for your die. I thought it was live for your die. No, if you metal detect, it's dig for your die. So, all right. Well, that's about it. Just wanted to run a quick test here. Seems like it's doing pretty good. I'm going to be, like I said, using this for, some other purposes in the coming days. Some of you may have noticed that I put up a short the other day, just a short, like 1 minute type video. YouTube calls these shorts. That was some advice that I got from Justin on past preservation. And you're going to see more of those. They're really great for building your subscribers and helping you out with getting views and subscribers. And they're kind of fun to make because it's just a short minute. I'm going to, do a little ditty about something that might be related to the channel. Sometimes not. I kind of want my subscribers to have a little window into, my life outside of metal detecting. I think that knowing whose channel you're subscribed to on a little bit more personal level is a good thing. I mean, I'm not going to have like anything like with, me getting out of the shower or anything like that. Don't worry about that. I don't need to scare you. But it's going to be, I think a good thing to, put these shorts out and kind of introduce you to myself a little bit more. So Greg Wilson has a question. What kind of places can you dig free in the Tri-County area in Michigan? Well, you know what? I'm in Macomb County, and I've been around in Oakland County quite a bit. Here in Macomb County, it's pretty much just about any park, just about any schoolyard. I like getting into kind of random wooded areas as well. I use my my onX Hunt app to show me boundary lines and ownership. But a lot of these random wooded areas, they're owned by the city. But schoolyards are good, parks are good, places like that, especially places with soccer fields. Man, I love a soccer field hunt. A lot of guys are only after the silver, but like I said on my group recently, you know what? Finding a silver dime's great. But if I can go to a soccer field and pull $20 worth of clad, and you know what? I found quite a bit of silver jewelry along these things too. Hey, that's just as good in my book. So, yeah, past preservation kind of answered your question a little bit too, Greg. Out in Midland, the public parks. Yeah, I see it says here, I live in Highland Township, and they said I can detect but not dig a hole. Yeah, Greg, sometimes that's common. They want you to dig with like a screwdriver or a probe or something like that. Weren't you the guy that was talking about using a probe on the group recently? I can't remember if it was you or not, Greg. Yeah, actually got me to kind of play around with the probe a little bit too, and try popping coins with it. That's really an old school technique that kind of died on the vine, and it's a great way to recover a coin without doing a lot of damage. One thing about calling the city to find out if you can metal detect, a lot of times, Greg, they don't even know we exist until you call them. Then when you call them, they go, "Oh, metal detecting? You mean you're gonna be digging holes everywhere?" Oh, well, no. You'll be on the phone with someone that's gonna make up some kind of rule, and they're gonna limit what you can do. To be honest with you, I'm not a fan of preemptively calling anybody. I'll show up in the park. Quite often, there's a sign in these parks that has the park rules, and I'll just do my thing. If the cops show up, you know what? They ask me to leave. I'll leave. Fine, no problem. The thing about in parks is that's where learning how to dig properly, carefully, neatly, and leaving no sign is perfect. One time I had a cop approach me because I think someone had called, and he asked me to leave, and I did leave, but I did say to him, I've been here for over an hour, all over the place. I said, if you could find one of my spots where I dug a hole, I'll buy you lunch. And he kind of smiled and he looked around and he said, yeah, it does look good. He said, but I'm going to have to keep coming back if these people around here keep calling. So, you know what? I moved on to another park in the city. Yeah. Yeah, it's these cities though, they freak out about it. For us to be invisible and off their radar, that's the way to go. Just stay off their radar. If they don't know we even exist, that's the way to go. Funny thing, it makes me think of this too. I'm also not a fan of brightly colored stuff on a metal detector. A lot of these guys are out there, especially like with the Equinoxes, like I was saying, I wanted to upgrade to possibly. Um, they put these bright green carbon fiber shafts on them, and they want to wrap the cables in brightly colored stuff. I tell you what, man, you walk out there with your metal detector looking like something that's right off the shelf in the toy section at Walmart, you're going to attract all kinds of kids. You're going to attract all kinds of attention. Be under the radar. Be more inconspicuous if you can possibly do it, and you'll be left alone a lot more. All right, everybody. Well, I got some other business to take care of today. Going out to dinner later on. So I'm going to let you go. And I hope that I'll see you back on here again. Make sure you check out the rest of the videos. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I got new content out. So you can check that out too. Right now, I think I've got around 25 videos up. So, go back in the library and see, how I've progressed. And some of my earlier videos are actually pretty decent. Yeah, I like giving kids stuff too. One time though, I gave each kid like a quarter that I had found. Next thing you know, they were all over and they're following me. Every time I dug a hole, they were reaching their hand in it. Usually when the kids show up, I'm like, you know what, I'm tired. I'm gonna go take a break. And I go to my truck and have something to drink, or I might even go and drive somewhere and get something to eat. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for showing up, and thanks a lot for being part of something that I'm trying to grow. We'll see you next time. And until then, make sure to keep it no permits needed and always dig free or die. Signing out. Let's see. Oh, where's my mouse? I can't even find. Oh, man. My mouse ain't working, so I can't sign out. Let's see here. I think I'm hey, there we go. All right, I got it. Like I said, I wasn't tech savvy. Yep. My tech skills are probably about as good as my teeth are, which aren't that great either. All right, we'll see you next time. And